My name is Jonathan Poulos, and my beautiful daughter, Macy, is right there. And my wife, my beautiful wife, Candace, is right next to her. And it's actually perfect because I'm actually going to share a story about my beautiful wife and my daughter specifically. My daughter is in love with McDonald's. I mean, in love with McDonald's. Like, whenever she gets a chance, she wants to go to McDonald's. So one day, my daughter and I were at McDonald's, and we were sitting there, and she was in the playground because she doesn't like the food, she likes the playground. And she was messing around, goofing around, and about an hour passed, and she came up to me, and she's like, "Why are those kids over there not playing?" So I looked over to my left, and there was these two girls. They were sitting in front of their iPads, playing around on their iPads, playing video games, hanging out, not playing in the play area. It's unfathomable to think that a kid would be sitting at McDonald's with that beautiful playground right there waiting for them to play, and what are they doing? They're sitting on their technology. We have to face the reality that the mobile device is here and it's having an impact on our generation. A lot of you have already shared this morning, and I'm going to actually go back to some of these stats. But I want to give some statistical information about mobile devices. Currently, there's 4.6 billion mobile phone users in the world today. And of those 4.6 billion, 2.6 are on smartphones. So 2.6 billion people have a smartphone. As you heard earlier this morning from Brian, Google came out with this idea of Google Moments. What they did is they collected a bunch of people, started asking information, wanted to figure out how people are using the mobile device, and then how businesses can harness the mobile device for the work that they do. And here's some of the statistics that they've got out of it, and they're pretty scary. 87% of the people said that they're attached to their mobile device. That means that mobile device never leaves their pocket. They have it with them when they wake up in the morning and when they go to bed. Not only that, the majority of these people said if they left their phone at home, they would be extremely anxious because they don't have their device on them. Not only that, they said that 150 times a day, a person is checking that mobile device. They're picking it up, they're looking at their local social feed, they're trying to check out the weather, they're maybe going to look at a store online, they're probably getting some kind of information. But not only that, they're spending about 177 minutes a day on that little mobile device that's sitting in your pocket. I'll be honest, I'm the same way. My mobile phone never leaves my left pocket. If it's not in my left pocket, I know that I lost it. And I panic, I run around the house for it. So we need to understand that the mobile device is a powerful tool that we can use for ministry. I want to share a quote with you. This quote comes from Angela Ahrendts. She was a former CEO of Burberry. And she says, "I grew up in a physical world, and I speak English. The next generation is growing up in a digital world, and they speak social." And this is the truth. If we don't speak social, if we don't take the gospel to the social platform, we are going to miss a next generation. And so today, I want to help you understand how you can use this little mobile device to take the gospel to people without even leaving your home. That you could use this mobile device today and start building relationships, meaningful relationships, and see the gospel spread. And I'm going to show you how in 3 steps. The first is to connect. You need to make connections with people. And what I'm going to do is in this presentation, I'm going to show you some apps that can help you connect with people who share a common interest with you. Because the reality is you're going to build relationships with people that you have a connection with, that you can connect to. And so you want to think through, what am I interested in? And then how can I connect to those type of people? The second step is you want to build a relationship. And so you want to find a way to develop out that relationship so that it's meaningful and it's powerful. And the third thing you want to do is you want to share. You want to share the gospel. We cannot leave a relationship without sharing the gospel. So let's begin with connect. What I would highly encourage you to do is just spend 5 minutes today and write down what you're interested in. What is it that makes your heart pound? What is it that makes you really clench your fist and say, I love this. This is what is the most important thing to me. And then write that down. And once you do, then you want to go and you want to find apps that will connect you with people that share those same interests. Because what's going to happen is, as you start connecting with them, of course, you're going to start conversation on the things you're interested in. And then from there, you can actually build out the relationship. So let me show you some apps. The first one, of course, is Facebook. You can't keep Facebook out of this, especially when you look at the stats. Facebook has 1.18 billion users actively a day. And out of that, 84.9% of them are from outside the US and Canada. That means from your little mobile device, you can be talking to somebody overseas easily just by picking it up and working on Facebook. Just some of the features on Facebook. Facebook, if you guys are not on Facebook, I'll just explain it quickly. You can connect and build friendships on Facebook, which is pretty much what most people do. They go on, they find their friends, they become friends with people, and then they share on their newsfeed. Not only that, you can share videos, audio, photos, text, and lots more, like live video, as you've heard earlier today. You can like Facebook pages. Now, Facebook pages are usually pages or communities around actual businesses, actual celebrities, actual brands. So a page would be something that is specific to a real organization. But the real power in Facebook is this idea of Facebook groups. There is a ton of Facebook groups out there, and this is only just a small smattering after just spending probably like 5 minutes on Facebook. The cool thing about Facebook groups is you can find a group for every interest you can think of. I mean, as you look at some of the stuff up there, we have Food with Friends, we have Pokémon Go, we have Board Game Revolution. I mean, literally there are different groups for everything, because basically anybody can go ahead and create a group, and the group usually revolves around one common interest. So what I'm recommending is that you go onto Facebook, find a group that connects with an interest that you like, be part of that community, start sharing information, start talking to people, and start making those connections. If you're not a Facebook fan, and there are people who are not Facebook fans, there's other apps you could use as well. If you're more of a photographer, you can look at Instagram. Instagram allows you to share photos within a social network. Very much like Facebook, you create a network of friends, you share photos and videos, you can apply filters to those videos, and you can also share these things called Instagram stories. And what an Instagram story is, it's basically little pieces of video or photos that you put together to tell a story. If you're not into Instagram, if you want something a little bit more physical and a little bit more requiring you to get outside, you can look at Pokémon Go. Pokémon Go is actually a really powerful way you can connect with people, because what it is, it's an augmented reality game. What you're doing is you're walking in your real life, but you're trying to catch these little Pokemon monsters. And so it forces you to have to get outside and walk around your city to look for these monsters so you can collect them. And while you're doing that, other people are doing the same thing. And so guess what happens? You're going to run into people, which means you're going to have to talk to people, which means that all of a sudden you can build a relationship with them. And so this is a great game if you just want to get that face-to-face with new people. They have things like gyms where basically you go to these gyms and you can compete against other people who have Pokemons. You can go to these Pokestops where you can collect stuff and things like that. So these are just a small group of apps that you could use to connect with people who share your common interests. But once you've made that connection, we need to move to the next step, and that is we need to build. We need to build genuine relationships, because we all know that you can't share the gospel unless you have a genuine relationship. And so now what I would recommend is once you've made a connection with somebody, move that connection into an app that will allow you to dig deeper and build relationship with those individuals. And most of these apps are going to be called messenger apps. Messenger apps work just like text messaging. It allows you to have a conversation back and forth that's private and protected, and it's just between you and the individual that you're trying to build that relationship with. And so one of the first ones, of course, Facebook again, Facebook Messenger. Facebook Messenger works really well if you're using Facebook as your platform to connect with people, because all you have to do is become their friend and you instantly can access them on Facebook Messenger. So you can just send them a message and start up a private chat with them. You can share videos, you can share audio, photo, text, pretty much everything you can do before, you could do here. You can also start a video call with them. So if you'd rather have a face-to-face conversation with these individuals, you could just go ahead and start it and go. You can also use existing chatbots. Facebook has a ton of chatbots at your disposal, and they can all help you however you need it. Another app, this one you guys probably have not heard of, it's called Glide. This one is a video-based messaging app. It's really designed to, I send you a video, you send me a video back. It's really big in the deaf community, actually, because of the video component of it. But this one uses your existing phone contacts instead, and then you can bring in your Facebook contacts, you can bring in your Twitter contacts if you want. Again, you start a private chat, you can share video, audio, photo, text, but the other cool thing you could do is you could broadcast live. So you could just hit the button, you could start signing or talking, and then the other people who are in the chat can instantly look at it without waiting for it to be completed. And then they can respond accordingly as well. One more app you can look at, WhatsApp. This is one of the big apps, especially outside of the US. This is a simple and secure messaging platform. It's designed for security and encryption. So if you are talking to somebody in a sensitive area and you need to make sure that they don't get in trouble, this is a great place to go. The only thing is you will need their phone number in order to be able to connect with them. So these are only just a few apps. There's a lot out there, but I'm only going to just go through a few of them. So now you've connected with these individuals, you move them into this relationship where now you're actually talking to them in a messenger app, building that relationship. The next thing you need to do is share the gospel. And there's many apps that can help you to do this. And I'm just going to give you 3 apps that will help you in this process. And one of them has already been talked about, and that's the YouVersion Bible. The YouVersion Bible gives you access to the scriptures. It gives you access to 1,448 Bible versions, so you have access to pretty much all the versions out there. You have 1,000 different languages you can access on there. You can read the Bible, listen to it, take notes. You can find Bible plans, so this is great. Like, you can be having a messenger chat with someone and say, hey, have you ever learned anything about the deity of Christ or who Christ is? And then you can start a Bible plan with them. And then say, hey, why don't we both go in this app, we'll start reading the Bible together, and we'll talk about it. And you can use the Messenger app to build that relationship. You can also share verses, and you can share these things called verse images, where they take an image, and they stick the verse right on top, and it looks really nice, and you can put that out on your social media. The next app I'd like to share with you is the Jesus Film Project. It's a Christian digital library that you have access to over 200 Christian videos, including the Jesus Film, Magdalena, the Jesus Project for Kids. All these videos are accessible on there. They have small clips as well. All these are offered in about 1,400 different languages in the app. But what's really nice is if you're talking to somebody in the Messenger app and you're trying to share with them, like, the miracle of Jesus being God, and you want to share with them some of the miracles, you can go find a video and then take that video and quickly hit share in my Messenger app to this person, and within like 3 seconds you can have that video to that person that you're building the relationship with. And so you're using these multiple apps to help empower you to build that relationship and to help deepen it so that you can share the gospel. You can download these videos to your device as well if you need to. Another one is I Am Second. I don't know how many of you have ever seen these guys. These videos are powerful videos. If you have not seen them, you need to go check this site out. Their mobile app allows you to go ahead and look through all these personal testimonies. I'm not sure how many they have on there, but they're organized by topic. And so if you're talking to somebody that you made a connection with and you're building this relationship with, and they're struggling through divorce, you can go to the I Am Second app, type divorce, and you'll see videos of people who will say that they've got divorced, and it was through that divorce they've come to Christ, and they've renewed their marriage or whatever other issues, and you can find it based on that topic. And then again, hit the share button, say, okay, Facebook Messenger, send it to Bob, and boom, it does it automatically. And you can do they have it, all these different topics, guilt. And what's really cool is these testimonies are actually famous people. They've got the lead singer of Korn, they've got Ann Rice, they've got Bethany Hamilton, just all these famous people that people would know, and to hear their testimony really plays powerful with people. But ultimately, what I want to challenge you to do is to really walk through these steps on your own. You don't have to use the apps I gave you. These are just suggestions to get you started. But you really want to first make those connections. You really want to take social media beyond just me broadcasting what's going on today to me connecting with a community of people so that I could be able to share the gospel. We need to change the way we look at social media. It's not just about, let me tell everybody about what I ate for breakfast today. It's about connecting to a community of people who are desperate for the gospel, people who need to hear the gospel. Once you've connected, you need to move that beyond just a comment or a connection in the community to building a relationship. And there's apps that do that. There's messenger apps that make it easy for you to build those relationships. And then, in that building a relationship, we cannot forget that we need to share the gospel. That we need to constantly be seasoning our words so that the gospel can be presented to them. I'd like to share one last quote in closing. This is from Eric Quailman. He says, "We don't have a choice on whether we do social media. The question is how well we do it." And this is very important for us today. We don't have a choice. We must do social media. That's where this generation is. And if we're not there, we're missing it. But we can make a choice on how we use it. Do we use it in a way that helps get the gospel to the most needed? And so I would challenge you today to think about how you use social media, and are you using it in a way that's going to get the gospel to the people who need it most? Thank you for your time. This is my information. If you need to get a hold of me, you can just contact me there. I'm the project director for a ministry called Missional Digerati, and we build mobile and web apps for mission community. So, yep, thank you very much.